brought the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's Be S3. I am your host, Marlon, along with Tracy Carson of Tracy Carson Media and Anna Hart of Borrelia, etc. At today's show, we're just going to dive right into the news of the week, which is the June 6th Committee, Day 7, ABC special, I like to call it. But get some highlights from the other day. With a special significant request on my behalf of some news that just came out Thursday or Friday. I'm not particularly sure, but it did come out. We also going to get into the volume video that was the Uvalde school shooting, and the release video. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not showing the video. I know what triggers me, and trust me, seeing some cops sit around watching somebody shoot up a bunch of kids ain't going to be healthy for my mental health in any kind of way, shape, or form. Plus, I wanted to get it from another angle because we're already angry with the cops and everything. I get that, but I want to stay focused on how this affects the families who has to go through this, and less on these cops. We got to keep our focus more on that. That I'm angry with the cops and everything. Yeah, we are angry with the cops, but we need to be more focused on the effect of what is happening to the families. So that's what I want to talk. Say again?
We can feel two things at once while concentrating on one.
Things. You can feel two things, and I just want to. I don't want everybody to get lost in. And rightfully so. I'm not degrading anybody when I say rightfully. I understand that this situation where cops can be connected to everything that's been happening in this country when they're dealing with cops. It's an easy connection to all of them. But I don't want us to take the focus off of how this really affects family. And of course, we'll do real or not, which I can already tell you I'm not particularly sure about this story.
Oh, no.
We'll let y'all go through it. We're going to go through a couple of other videos that's going to highlight a few other situations that's going on in this country. But at the same time, I'm also going to end with something a little more lighthearted because there's no way in the world I want anybody going into the new week on a down note. including the last video of a guy that just made all of mankind dumber just by listening to him, just because he wrote it, just because he was thinking this stuff. He made us all dumber within the next. How long is this video?
Oh no.
Yeah, in the next 2 minutes, you're gonna be dumber just listening to him.
Mm,
Tracy, how's everything going today?
6 days.
Six,
6 days.
6 days. 6 days for what?
6 days until the
Are you talking
Medicare
about
for
6 days and we should
yeah.
support Tracy and she get ready to kick off her state F4K March? We are so proud of our sister. Come on, Tracy. You got this, Tracy. You got, you know what? I'm not giving you no more compliments. You already got this. Everything you said you may do, you've done. So,
No,
whatever.
I have not. I've never
Yes, you
done
have.
it.
So,
When? Give me an example.
your picture is on the poster, Tracy. Your picture is on the poster. Enough. Everything you have put in front of you, you have knocked down. I don't want to hear no more. Your picture is on the poster.
It's coming.
Thank you. Anna, how was your day?
my day is pretty good. Very relaxed, just enjoying the beautiful day with my dog and my family. We're good.
All right. All love going out to Diaz. He is still under the weather. I hope everything is going okie dokie and fine. Okay, I just got a message for him. I'm not gonna put his business out there.
Lots of love, bro.
Okay, so you know, all thoughts and I'm about to say all thoughts and prayers go out to Diaz. I'm not using that crap.
We hope he gets better soon.
Hope you get better, Diaz. I ain't doing that thought. You know what I mean. Don't forget to like and share our video, subscribe if you haven't already, and come chat with us. Marlon highlights nearly every live chat, and we love the interaction. You have not said that was a mouthful, and you are absolutely correct. Please do not forget to like this video. I forgot to say that last night, and it showed because the lights just was like really low for the amount of people that was watching. I blame that on me, but please, please, please do not forget to like this video. It helps the algorithm tell YouTube and everybody else like-minded to watch our videos. So the more likes we get, the more comments that we get, the algorithm will suggest our video to more people. So please do not forget to hit that like button. It doesn't cost you absolutely nothing. It's not going to all of a sudden make you suggest it to you because you liked it one time 20 years ago and now all of a sudden it's still showing up. It's not like that kind of algorithm. It got to be a constant thing, but I will appreciate you doing that. And finally, please support Anna. She fumbles through next week's Thursday with Tracy without Tracy. Anna, the same thing with you. You're going to do a phenomenal job. You're going to knock it out the box. I will try to be wide open next Thursday for any help that you need.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I will do my best. Not going to go into detail, but Japan is Japan. It's out of my hands. I just do, but I will do my best to support you, just like you have supported me and this group throughout the eternity. First of all, welcome Todd Cook. I appreciate it. Peter Alderondo will see prison time. He is responsible for telling police to stand down for 77 minutes. With other agency arrived on site, Alderondo provided them false information. I remember actually seeing that, Todd. Again, thank you for coming in. I remember seeing that. They had a live Q&A, so to speak, maybe like 2 hours ago from Texas. And that was one of the questions that was asked was who was in charge, and Eldorado literally said he was in charge, but they wasn't treating him like he was in charge. And yeah, that's what one of the guys said. I can't remember who said it, but he was like, he was in. I was in charge, but they was acting like I wasn't in charge. In other words, he was trying to say they wasn't listening to him.
He does know that we've seen the video, right?
Yeah.
I refuse. I can't. I cannot. I won't.
There's only one person to blame in this whole thing, Chief Eldorado. Yeah. He said that he was in charge, but they wasn't listening to him as if he was in charge.
The bulk of the blame.
But they could have disobeyed orders and just rocked in there.
Yeah, they disobeyed him. In a way.
They could have. They could have disobeyed and said, "We going in."
Well, yeah, because in the military, you can disobey.
Yeah.
You can disobey a command if it threatens the life of you or the people. In the military, remember the same cops that like to wear bulletproof vests and AR-15s and play like G.I. Joe.
They like all the equipment.
I'm not even gonna talk about the dude that got the Punisher tattoo that don't even know what the hell that even means. To be honest with you, because the Punisher right now, and I do a lot of comic books, would hurt y'all for what y'all did. Seriously.
That's good too.
Hey, y'all, had one of those moments of closing my eyes for a second, waking up on an hour later, getting old sucks.
Getting old is awesome.
You know, worse than getting old?
It's better. I'm way better than I was in my 20s and 30s. Way better.
Well, you know the one thing that's worse than getting old? Not.
Thank you, for real, though, because there is an alternative.
There's always an alternative. Well, without further ado, let's get this party started. So since we already started into it, thanks to Todd, we're just going to go and get into the Uvalde video. And like I said, if you're coming on here to see that video on here, you're going to be sadly mistaken because I'm not showing that video on here. Trust and believe when I tell you it's all over YouTube. In all kinds of ways, shape, or form. Believe me, you can't miss it. It's on there. Have fun. It's not going to be on this show. Like I said, and I wish Thiz was on here, and I should have asked Thiz while I was talking to him. What did he call it? Tragedy porn, and people who just love to go watch stuff like that so they can get pissed off and angry. I'm not doing that. You'd be happy to go see it yourself and put things in perspective. Trust me, I can get the same understanding reading what happened compared to I just have to watch the video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a video, and something at the end kind of confused me. I kind of understand it, but it still kind of confused me of what some of these parents were saying at the end. So pay attention to what was said right about at the end when one of the parents was talking.
I want to go on the record. The way that video was released today is one of the most chicken things I've ever seen.
Anger, frustration, and personal attacks on law enforcement and the media alike.
With the press not to put this stuff out there when they knew what we were getting ready to do on this particular video. The press chose to put that out there.
But the community has also been calling for transparency.
All dominated Uvalde City Council meeting Tuesday, and city officials weren't the only ones in an uproar.
Unbelievable.
Uvalde residents shocked after watching video posted by the Austin American-Statesman and KView showing armed officers waiting more than 77 minutes in a school hall before taking down the 18-year-old gunman.
Anybody see them do a good job? Just because they tried to go in there, was that good enough? Is that good enough for the people that were bleeding out? That wasn't good enough.
All this just days before the families of the victims were set to see a version of the video, as well as the results of a preliminary report by the Texas House Special Committee. The meeting often rampant with exasperation.
I looked at that video and I saw the officers who were standing in that hallway doing nothing except standing back.
and at times a loss for words.
I was very, very disappointed.
Residents also taking the opportunity to pry answers out of officials about the removal of a memorial dedicated to the 21 lives lost in the school massacre.
Why has everything been removed from the park? I'm talking about the crosses, flowers, candles, stuffed animals, and the Bible verses have been erased. Whose idea was that? It's as though nothing has happened.
Even going so far as to accuse the city of trying to hide the tragedy and their alleged failures from plain sight.
I passed by Rob this morning, and I did see those little crosses there. They were behind the dead flowers. How dare have Rob have those dead flowers there? Do something. Do something. This is ridiculous. Again, you cannot believe the anger I have and many of the citizens here in Uvalde, and they want to know, is this just another cover-up?
Emotions ran so high, some had to step outside the meeting for fresh air.
How would you describe the actions of these officers?
I would say I'm being disrespectful in saying they're cowards, but they didn't do nothing for the little kids. I don't know what other word.
The mayor says he's just as frustrated as the families and just as lost for answers.
You know what the reports say? Do not write reports. See DPS or see Texas Rangers. That's what were turned in to us because they were told not to write reports.
And in the growing wake of the leak, anger and resentment towards Texas DPS is growing at all levels across Texas. One Texas state senator tweeted in part, Governor Abbott and Texas DPS keep letting Uvalde families down and promise to the victims' families, we will not let up the pressure to expose the full truth or what happened and hold those responsible for the failed law enforcement response accountable. As for Uvalde's mayor, he's already called for an investigation of the leak.
This video came from Austin, Texas. You know, somebody in the center of the DPS did it, and whoever did it, it's a pretty chicken action in my opinion. It was pretty low life.
And he says it'll be pretty easy to narrow down exactly where the leak came from.
The FBI, the DA, the DPS, and the Texas Rangers. Those are the four agencies that had the video.
Only adding to the mistrust that already exists between local and state officials and an exasperated community still mourning.
We're suffering, and I know the world is suffering too, but these were our babies. Our babies that were taken from us. So to the person that leaked it, screw you. Screw you. And that's coming from me, Felicia Martinez. From us. From all of us. Screw you.
Now, I spoke to one resident who broke down in tears after watching this video. She tells me while it hurt to watch it, this is the transparency this community has been demanding.
So, help me out at the end. Is somebody explain to me why the parents are upset that the video was leaked?
It's like they have to relive it. Like they, from what I'm understanding, and I could be wrong, is they wanted to see it first before it got released so that they could have a chance to process it. And I think that's where although I disagree with her, I think about time somebody, I see why she's angry. She lost her child. I can't, there's no words. You know, I'm trying to hold it together, but I don't want to say her anger is misplaced. Because I don't want to say that she has no right to be angry about the videotape being released. But it's kind of distracting from the police didn't do anything. And that's a hard thing to say. I could see why she's angry. But in the end, I think she knows that this had to be done. And can I say something about the video being released? What's the mayor talking about? We're going to investigate. How about investigating the police that didn't do anything? Why don't you start there instead of trying to figure out who leaked it? Like, if they had did their jobs, there probably would have been nothing to leak. How about that?
Yeah. That was what is going on in my mind, is that most often a leaker will say years later that they were afraid this information was never going to get out. So yes, I understand the mother's anger, but I still understand and don't think a leaker is in the wrong.
Oh, I don't either. And who's to say they would have released what that leaker received? They would have edited it, and you never would have known.
Yeah, I'm very sorry that that all the parents didn't get the respect that they are due.
I do feel for the people having it shoved in their face without warning, but it's necessary because the cops lied, changed their story over and over and over again. And may I add one thing, Mickey, did stop cooperating, period.
Yep, they
and
sure
stop
did.
talking. I'm not going to sit here and put myself in the place of these parents. I haven't gone through this, and Lord knows I don't want to. Tell you that off the bat now. I don't want to. But I do want the truth come out if somebody hurt my child. Because there ain't going to be no more hurt that I'm already feeling. And what would piss me off, and I'm speaking sheerly from my point of view, just me, from my point of view, I would be more pissed off that I'm getting gaslighted and flat out lied to than absolutely anything else that you could do to me. You not telling me the truth is not going to take my pain away in any kind of way, shape, or form. I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened.
Right.
Beginning, in, middle, backwards, forwards, upside down. I need to know everything. I'll deal with it. I don't need you hiding from me. I don't need you trying to take away the pain from me, so you're just going to lie your way out of it, hope that it goes away, and let's wait till the next situation, because the next situation is going to occur. The next situation has occurred. Sorry.
Yes, we've had 30.
Yeah, 30 shootings.
So.
No, 31. There was one in Greenwood Mall today in Indianapolis.
So, yeah, I understand I do not understand their pain. I do understand their situation. I don't want to understand your pain because I have to be in your place to understand what you're feeling right now. And I don't want to be that. I do, however, want everything to come out.
They deserve answers. They deserve to know why the police or whomever the law enforcement was decided, we'll just sit here for 77 minutes. We'll threaten the parents. We'll throw them to the ground, but we won't go into the building. They deserve answers. They deserve to have that entire police department fired, out of a job. They just deserve more than what they're getting.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what of our Republican people are talking about this whole situation?
We all want to keep children safe in school,
and we all agree it was awful and tragic, but
we need to do something. But
all of us here today and across the country never want to see anything like this ever happen again. But
I just ate dinner. Now you really want me to throw up? I mean, seriously. I criticize the Democrats consistently, but the Republicans, y'all trash. Y'all are absolutely, positively trash. How dare you sit here? I don't want you. There's no but in that sentence. The word but shouldn't even be in that sentence. You don't care about children. You care about being in power, making people do what you want them to do. You are the fecal matter that comes out of all of our bodies. That's what you are, the Republican Party. You make me sick. Thank you. That's about as close as I can come to cursing as possible.
Wow.
Because that's real close. Because I wanted to say something else, but I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
It's Sunday, Tracy. It's Sunday.
I know, I'm trying.
Don't do that, Tracy. Don't do that. Listen, y'all know how I feel about the Republican Party. And y'all know that I have said on many of occasions, and I'll say it over and 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 over again. That's my show, and I can do that. They don't give a damn about you. And when I say they don't give a damn about you, I mean to the lowest extent, they don't give a damn if you live or die. They just don't care. Your death does not reach them. They're reading about your death from a news report. That's it. And the first thing that popped in these people's mind is, oh my goodness, how can I save their Second Amendment? Because that's real popular for my base and I can get more money out of it. That's it. People, they don't care about you.
Yep.
They care about cash and power, period. And their base is 30 to 40%. But they don't suck that 30 to 40% of the country dry.
Yeah, and the shooting that Marlon, sorry to interrupt, but the shooting that I was talking about, it's in Greenwood, which everybody calls Indianapolis. There are 2 people dead.
See?
But it'll be thoughts and prayers. It'll be thoughts and prayers. And a good guy with a gun beats a bad guy with a gun. Blah 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 blah.
You got Marjorie Taylor Greene going on her show, which she's already a moron anyway. She's going on her show talking about it's how convenient that there was no shootings during Pride Month. We're going to forget about that U-Haul truck of people that, but okay.
Yeah.
There was no shooting during Pride Month, but as soon as we celebrate MAGA Month, appreciate that y'all done hijacked the 4th of July.
July's now MAGA month? Oh, yeah. Dad.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm not even a huge 4th of July celebrating.
I don't celebrate it.
4th of July ain't for us anyway.
It never was.
But come on, you dropped it. You dropped my understanding, my tolerance for the 4th of July all the way to I really don't give a damn about the 4th of July, when not only did you make it a MAGA holiday, but you made it the whole month of July. But you trying to make it like it was a conspiracy theory. Like these people was holding off on killing people just to make you look bad in July.
And she refuses to admit, for the most part, those shooters were white. The most obvious fact in her face. But no, I'm surprised they haven't went to, we had a shooting in Japan.
But boy, you'll bring up Chicago in a damn heartbeat, won't you? That's your little ace in the hole on everything. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. What about the crime in Chicago? What about the crime in Chicago?
And I was telling them, where are they getting their guns? Indiana. The state where you can get a gun, you can get a gun on your, no background check, no anything. Just go get a gun.
The taxpayers spend a huge amount of their money on helmets, vests, shields, long guns to protect the cops so they can go into a dangerous situation where they now demand tanks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they sure will.
They will.
And won't use those either.
They are right now at this point, and I believe this in my heart, they are right now at this point that law enforcement wants to go into any situation being the most protected person in that situation. So yeah, I believe tanks.
Yeah.
They want to be the most protected situation against criminals and the innocent. And I apologize to you, Tracy, what I'm about to say now, but I can't think about, but basically to get your rocks off. This is your moment of fame. This is you playing again G.I. Joe, the real American hero, that you would go in there, save the day, go out scot-free, because at the very beginning, why did you shoot that innocent person? Because you was afraid. You can't even make up your fucking mind which damn gaslighting line that you want to use.
Nobody wants to see children get killed, but why not just say the first part and shut up? No, Mickey, there's more coming. They just know two now, unfortunately.
Mega hell,
Fake.
Patriots.
Thank you,
I
Mickey.
try to find a way Patriots.
That is great.
That is fantastic.
They done took the whole month of July. The whole month.
Mhm.
Like, who gave y'all the whole MAGA month? Nah, Marjorie.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, no margarine. It don't work like that.
It is just amazing to me that y'all. I'm gonna move on after that. Say this because I love that meme because it really just paints a picture of how Republicans think about this. We appreciate all those children who laid down their lives to protect your Second Amendment rights.
Yep.
And that's exactly how they feel. They are more concerned about your Second Amendment rights than the life of not only children, but absolutely anybody.
I disagree. You have to be white because if the shooter is black, oh, they're gone. They're gone. That's it.
They gotta be black. The dude that got shot at the doggone school wasn't white.
Latino, right?
Yeah, he was what Hispanic white, I think.
Don't matter.
Yeah, but he's got Hispanic. Yeah, if you're non-white, non-white, the Second Amendment
if you're
does not
non-white,
apply.
you're gone.
Yep.
You did the same most horrible thing that you did. You got some dude on top of a building with more ammo than what a lot of police departments have, dressed in women's clothing, and lo and behold, got pulled away scot-free.
Did they take him to Burger King or White Castle?
Who knows? Whichever was the closest fast food restaurant around at that time. And it sounds so much like sarcasm if it wasn't for the fact we have fucking proof of it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice who's been quiet lately, and I hope they go away. The NRA. Boy, have they been quiet. Like, go away, NRA. Don't say nothing. Just cease to desist. Stop being in business. Nobody likes you. Nobody cares about you. Just go away. Stop holding your conventions and you ban guns from them. And then you want guns outside the convention, but don't bring them inside. Go away.
Well, the Carolina, I wish, California has now added a law which will allow citizens to sue the gun makers when it comes to these situations like this, mass shootings. They are now allowing citizens of mass shooting situations to sue lawmakers.
Good.
I wonder how long it'll take the federal government to overturn that one.
Yep.
Or Supreme Court, or
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the January 6th committee. I appreciate everybody that's watching us right now because we have an extended number of people watching. So while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button. Really appreciate it. So please go ahead and hit that like button while we move on to our next story, which is the January 6th committee. And let's go ahead and get an update on episode number 7 of the January 6th committee into the riot at the Capitol.
The strategy is to blame people his advisors called, quote, the crazies for what Donald Trump did. This, of course, is nonsense. President Trump is a 76-year-old man. He is not an impressionable child.
On Friday, December 18th, his team of outside advisors paid him a surprise visit in the White House that would quickly become the stuff of legend. The meeting has been called unhinged, not normal, and the craziest meeting of the Trump presidency.
I walked in, I saw General Flynn, I saw Sidney Powell sitting there. I was not happy to see the people who were in the Oval Office.
Explain why.
Well, again, I don't think they were providing. Well, first of all, the overstock person, I've never knew who this guy was. Actually, the first thing I did, I walked in, I looked at him, and I said, "Who are you?"
Cipollone and Hirschman and whoever the other guy was showed nothing but contempt and disdain of the president.
And I remember the three of them were really sort of forcefully attacking me and verbally, Eric, Derek, and we were pushing back, and we were asking one simple question as a general matter. Where is the evidence?
What they were proposing, I thought was nuts.
I'm gonna categorically describe it as you guys are not tough enough. Or maybe I put it another way, you're a bunch of excuse the expression, but I'm almost certain the word was used.
Flynn screamed at me that I was a quitter and everything, kept on standing up and turning around and screaming at me.
I mean, if it had been me sitting in his chair, I would have fired all of them that night and had them escorted out of the building.
But Derek and I both challenged what she was saying. And she says, well, the judges are corrupt. And I was like, everyone? Every single case that you've done in the country you guys lost, every one of them is corrupt, even the ones we appointed?
I think we saw a glimpse of what the vision of the Oath Keepers is on January 6th. It doesn't necessarily include the rule of law. It doesn't necessarily include, it includes violence. It includes trying to get their way through lies, through deceit, through intimidation, and through the perpetration of violence.
I consider myself a family man, and I love my country. I don't think any one man is bigger than either one of those. I think that's what needs to be taken. You know, people dive into the politics, and for me, I felt like I had, like horse blinders on. I was locked in the whole time. Biggest thing for me is take the blinders off, make sure you step back and see what's going on before it's too late.
So here's what we're going to discuss. And these are statements, these are not questions. So I'll just let everybody else fill in everything else. One, you heard at the end one of the Oath Keepers statement. It was flat out going to be violence. This was not going to be talking. This wasn't going to be negotiation. This wasn't going to be a kumbaya moment. This wasn't going to be, you need to listen to us. This wasn't a protest, a peaceful protest, and everything else. Their mindset was completely set on violence to get what they want. That was their beginning thoughts, their middle thoughts, and their end results. So we can start with the whole peaceful protest, and it got out of hand. We understand it got out of hand. It didn't get out of hand. It went according to this guy. It went according to plan. This was the point: intimidation or death. That was it. Not me saying it. Dude was an oath keeper.
Mm-hmm.
That was his point. This was whole setup was intimidation, violence, and death. That was their goal. That was their plan when this whole thing was set up to go into the Capitol. Number two, you can still see the blithering morons, and I don't know what their thought process is now because they are further away from Trump than they ever been before. They wasn't listening to rationale, which means Trump wasn't listening to rationale. Giuliani and what was the lawyer's name again? The female lawyer?
Oh.
Susan something.
I can't remember her name. If anybody can remember her name, please let me know in the comments. But that rationale was they was going to BS their way through this whole situation. The hell with facts.
Yeah.
They
didn't believe hard enough. She said it.
You don't believe you're you a P word. You ain't brave enough. You ain't bold enough. You ain't forceful enough to rationalize it. And this is from a question of where's the evidence? That's all we're asking you. Where is the evidence? We're not
Judges are
asking
corrupt.
you anything other than where's the evidence? Well, the attorneys are corrupt. And the guy said it perfectly. All of them,
All of them.
all of
Even the
The
ones
ones
that
that
they
you put in,
appointed.
the ones
like
Yeah.
that you put in are corrupt. You put the judges in, and all of them, except for one,
and that was a technicality.
That was,
and
yes.
that was a technicality. And somebody said this,
Wasn't
and
my
I'll
bad.
never forget it. And I will try to find that report from a bunch of those judges. This is how bad this is. A bunch of judges came together and made a report, and it flat out said there is no evidence of corruption whatsoever. And then they went through their whole spew and everything. And I'm gonna try to find it because somebody said it was an easy read. They didn't use no legalese or anything like that. It was really down to earth reading. But it was one bit of that statement that, oh my God, it hit me like a bag of bricks. Not only was there not enough evidence to turn the election, there was not even enough evidence to turn the results of every county in the United States. Every county, there was not enough evidence to overturn the election of every county in the United States. You didn't care. There was no evidence. And Trump, you're still out there sitting there talking about it was a corrupt election. And you still have people sitting there believing you. Although I got to admit now that from the reports that I read, that number is dwindling like really, really fast. Like now even people are looking at you like, yeah, okay, you got. Although I do have, they're admitting that it was overturned and it was food and everything, but they still coming out with why they got to be so why they got to be so arrogant about it. We admitted that we was wrong, but now they being so arrogant about it.
Because you got on our last nerves with all this mess.
I'm sorry, dude, but you was pissing us off.
And do you remember how arrogant you were in 2017?
Got all these states that were just itching to change their voters' right laws to buy into this foolishness and use it as a ploy. Now, voting places that have a black majority population, now they're further out. All of these silly things, and you gonna ask us why we arrogant? You better be glad that arrogant is all we are. That's what you better be glad about.
He is. He's just drinking
should
himself.
just stop.
The video Rudy put out addressing Hutchinson.
No, please Mickey, send it to me. Please do, because I have not seen it.
I didn't ask for a pardon. Then said she wasn't there when I asked for a pardon. You about the dumbest.
I want to see it because he can't be that dumb. Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Susan Powell. That's her name.
Sydney Powell. Yeah, that's her name. I was like Susan something, but yeah, it's Sydney.
Yeah, you were close.
Before we get to everybody else's statement, because I don't think that y'all saw it yet. Dia's already texted everybody.
Hello, sis.
How you feeling, honey?
Thank you. COVID caught up with me. But
oh, no.
Oh, no.
Diaz has been under the weather.
Brother, take care of yourself, please.
And when he sat down, when he texted everybody and said that his temperature was 101, I said, please go take a COVID test. And they're so stupid. My damn thing said I was positive under 3 minutes. It's like, let's
it ain't
wait
that fast.
15 minutes, dude. Let's wait. Nope, Still says positive. Well, damn.
I know they call it instant, but it's really not.
When I was not feeling. By the way, when I had bronchitis, I did went on to take the COVID test just in case, and yeah, it does come up like 2 or 3 minutes after you do it. But I'm like, okay, here's my thing. It's gonna say negative at first, and then 15 minutes later, it's gonna go, nope, you're positive. Just had to run the chemicals through real quick. Nope, it's you. And just a side note, just a suggestion. Y'all need to put y'all mask back on.
Thank you for real. Say that
I,
one more
I know
time.
it's irritating and frustrating. It's hot. Summer is hot and everything else. I got a situation that's coming up real soon that's gonna take me away for a while, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm wearing my mask no matter how many people looking at me, because these people didn't pay for my little situation. It's gonna take me away from them. So fuck you. I'm wearing my mask.
And an N95 mask, not one of them surgical ones.
Nope. I'm wearing my N95 mask. I can't play with y'all. I'm wearing it on the plane. I'm wearing it on my vacation. Y'all can look at me all y'all want to. Just don't talk to me. Just don't put your hands on me. But anyway, Tracy, what you think about the situation?
I got so many things that I could go from. First of all, the 2 oath keepers. I get it, but
I got it, but that is so you don't think negative is real. I was positive almost instantly. I understand what you're saying, Theus. I just wasn't going to take that chance. I went on and waited the 15 minutes because, like I said, I don't want to say negative and then go, oh, wait a minute, we just found this extra little quarter of chemical that just said that you positive. So I wasn't taking that chance. No. But go ahead, Tracy.
I just have several thoughts. Now, I know everybody's watching the January 6th meetings and they're getting a lot of them. I haven't watched them because I still feel like, why y'all wasting our time? Could y'all charge this guy? Do something. Subpoena him something. We know what happened. We know what's happening. We know Trump is an idiot. We know his cronies are idiots. We know that the 2 oath keepers that testified, they went there because Trump told them. What is it that they're waiting for? And the DOJ, I could just go on and on about how incompetent they seem to be handling this, but apparently I'm reading this wrong. I'm just like, just charge these people already. Not that Trump's going to go to jail, because he won't, but this is just kind of almost getting on my nerves. I'm just like, either charge him or stop having all these meetings. Just stop. Don't do them anymore. Now, I know that's an unpopular opinion, but hey, that's what I'm thinking.
Anna?
I have to say that once again comes from because we are informed. I do come across people who they don't know this information. And when I tell them exactly what was said, or tell them to look up a specific portion, they're absolutely floored. The average person does not know what happened that day. I mean, even I would say I have paid attention very carefully. I've learned new things throughout the course of, I would say, at least 5 of the 7 so far. I've learned new things. Or I've been able to put them together in a far more cohesive line in my head, going, okay, A led to B led to C. Now, I understand, because believe me, I am right there with you. It seems like the DOJ is sitting there doing nothing. They actually are. They are getting closer and closer to Trump's inner circle. They are sending out new subpoenas, new, what's the word? the things for evidence, and it's not going as fast as we would like.
Oh no, it's got to drag out until the 2022 midterms.
That's of course part of it, of course, because the Democrats don't know anything else other than, can we fundraise off of this? But people can't sit down to like 2 weeks of every night at prime time and take this in. They have needed the time in between to talk about it, to let things sink in, to finally have some questions pop up in their heads that weren't being asked before, not in the general population. So, I mean, I have to say, thank goodness for Liz Cheney. She has saved and directed these whole proceedings in a way that the Democrats never would have gotten by themselves.
Nor would they have wanted to get them by themselves. I mean, that's the party that fails despite they lose despite winning. Like it could be right there, and they're like, oh no, here got a loss. Let me go over there.
Mm-hmm.
They have the ability.
They lose despite winning. Yes, like they try their best to lose, and boy, they hit the mark every time.
Mm-hmm. That's a brilliant way of saying it.
When the hearing started, I thought, why bother? We already knew this, but I've learned so much more, etc. The death and the brethren of the conspiracy and the number of people in government was involved. And Mickey, this is what I say to this, because this came up before. We did not know. We assumed. We've heard reports. We put 2 to 2 together, and there was no other way of saying that. This committee is going, everything that you thought was happening, we have proof that's happening. Because that's why I kept trying to tell people, we already knew this. No, you assumed this. You did not know. You put 2 to 2 together, and I'm not even bashing you about it, because hell, it wasn't gonna go but one direction anyway. I get that. It could only went one direction, but we needed proof. And that's what the DOJ needs when it comes to, no, I don't need you to say it could only be one way. So go arrest them on what? We have no proof. Yes, you do.
Yeah, he literally held
be one way. That's not proof.
But Marlon, he literally held a conversation with someone in Georgia. You can't find me 11,000 votes. It's on recording. You don't have to sit there and surmise or anything. It's right there.
We need more. I don't want him scapegoating.
Okay, but what more is it? I'm like, okay,
I need federal. I need federal. I don't need state. We got too many states that's still in Trump's pocket. I don't want this put at state level at all.
We are still getting evidence in. And now they're talking about maybe subpoenaing Mike Pence,
who will refuse to testify.
If he thought about it, he has nothing to lose and everything to gain.
But Anna, this was the man that went on Fox television news and said, Joe Biden is the biggest liar. I'm like, dude, did you not work for Trump? Did you not work for Trump? What are you talking about?
That says all that we need to know about him, of course.
He's not testifying. I mean, if he testifies, I'm going to be like, I was wrong, y'all.
That man ain't testifying.
I don't see it. I don't think he has
I really don't think so. The committee is to force DOJ hand. It's a critical value. No one wants to be the first to prosecute a president, so they have to be pushed.
And this is slowly turning public opinion.
Making it so the DOJ doesn't have a choice.
Right.
And it's pathetic that we have to be like that. I know. I don't want to hear anybody push back. The DOJ need to do their job and everything. We already know that. This committee is making it so the DOJ don't have but one direction to go, and that's the prosecutor.
But here's my question. What if they don't?
and then they full of shit. And they ain't got. I don't want to hear anything about the DOJ talking about anything of unlawfulness ever again on any kind of way, shape, or form. By the way, the Republicans already said as soon as they gain power that they're going to break up the DOJ anyway.
Oh, and they're going to impeach Biden, and then they're going to oh gosh,
impeach Biden, jail Fauci.
Hey, Kevin.
Why? Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
And she's anti-abortion and war hog, but a hero in these meetings.
I'm with you, Kevin. I am with you when you right. She voted against the John Lewis Voters' Rights Act. Yeah. She is not a hero. We like her because she dislikes Trump like we dislike Trump. That's it. That's all she did.
Yep.
I'm with you, Kevin, when you right.
That perfectly clear to everybody who sees this show. I am making it clear that the people that we are praising for this job that they're doing.
We are not praising people. We are praising their
actions,
their efforts of what they do.
Their actions, but I'm not praising their actions.
Their was completely, totally. In other words, let me say it like this: there is no way in hell that you think that you're going to be forgiven for what you did for over 4 years because of what you did in what you said in a 2-hour meeting. Because that's all you did. You gave a 2-hour, and to make it even worse, you gave a 2-hour meeting and all you did was really tell the truth. You gave this country hell for 4 years. I'm praising you for your actions. After that point, you could go to hell. You ain't made up jack. In my eyes, you was a catalyst to everything that Trump did to this country.
Yeah, she's convenient because the Democrats are so spineless and neckless and weak that, it had to fall to her.
I was enraged when they dropped the charges on Mark Meadow for ignoring a subpoena. Now
they did that. And I was like, oh, no, I know I ain't watching this mess no more.
Can't stand Cheney, but in this one circumstances, he's doing a good job. She's bringing the Republicans, hit them hard, and the Democrats likes the ball. Yeah, Cheney is old school, and I told Kim this the other day. We talked about the daughter of a man who shot somebody else in the face and got the fuck away with it.
No, he got shot in the face.
He ain't sick.
He got shot in the face, and the other guy apologized for the inconvenience.
I mean,
no, he shot the other guy in the face. He shot the other guy in the face, and the other guy was like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, he shot you. He shot you."
And the funny thing about it is that news was about a week and a half on the newsreel. I guarantee you, Cheney got on the phone with everybody and go, "Okay, y'all can stop talking about it now." Okay, in the weather today, we have a low front coming. We ain't finna deal with some dude that can shoot somebody in the face and get away with it.
Let's put it like this. If you or me shot somebody in the face.
Exactly. When your enemy is fighting their own side, let them. Sure will.
Yep, let them.
But
I'm not going to call her a hero like some of them do. I'm like, nah.
Who called her a hero? Oh, that thing you sent me with the Democrats. I'm going to tell you how stupid the Democrats is. The Republicans are doing such a great job on Trump. Give us, the Democrats, money.
You can't blame them. Why
not? I apologize, Tracy. I was actually brought up in a family of common sense.
I know, but...
So I kind of know bullshit when I see it. So, sorry.
If they not going to do it and I'm doing it, hey, give me their money. You was going to give it to them, give it to me instead.
That is pathetic. That is the first hour. We're doing absolutely good time, really.
Wow.
So the second hour, we're going to get into some more BS-ery and some more crap. But we're going to end on a good note so we can not go into the next week just doom and gloom and everything else. So we will see you in 3 minutes with Let me see. I don't have an am I the a-hole because I just didn't care enough. Because I kind of figured that if you have to ask that you are. But I am in and off with some good stories at the end. We are going to get into some Foxy videos of the week. I haven't did any politicals in a long time, so these are going to be political, and some of them is just going to be like, wow. So we will see everybody in 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
You got that right this time.
Yeah, I don't know why I said 30 minutes for the longest time. I don't know what that was about. So we
If
will
I
see.
could, Joe, just for a moment before we close up this chapter, and I just do want to say to all of the parents, to all of the family at Uvalde, our hearts are with you, and we are still angry for you. We are still sad for you, and we are here for you.
Surely can't put anything on that one. Please hit that like button, please. And we will see y'all in 3 minutes.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free, finally, finally, finally. I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, higher to above you. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally.
We are back. By the way, I forgot to ask everybody. I think I figured out the issue with my microphone. So please, if you're out there, tell me how the sound is now. I think I figured it out. And if I have one person go, nah, I still can't hear you. You sound like you're underwater. I just give up. Turn the volume up and down and up and down. I don't even care no more. I'm close to vacation time. I just don't even care no more. So let's go ahead and pay the bills as we ask you to please go to TracyMediaLLC.com, her Patreon page. She gonna need some money for some water and some food and everything, and she go on her little march. Not her little march. I apologize for saying that. It's a very important march. But she gonna need that water and that food and all that stuff to go on out there. Please do not forget to go to Thea's Patreon page, Patreon.com/Complex Mind. I would truly appreciate it. Please do not forget to go to Anna's website, BorreliaEtc.com. Learn something you didn't think you needed to know, but you do. And do not forget to go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Radical Truth to Power, because like a blithering idiot that I am, you have to spell it exactly the way that I put it on there, because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Please do not forget to hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. The more likes that I get, the more that the algorithm on YouTube will suggest my video to other people. And while you at it, if this is the kind of content that you enjoy, where I do this every weekend, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. The more subscriptions that we got, the more chances that we have to spread the word without actually going to mainstream media who's more concerned about the new car that they're going to get. So let's see what we got out there. When I heard the news about Ivanka Trump dying, I was in Undisputable Chat. I said tongue in cheek, the Trumps probably had their estimates so they can.
Mickey. The lady's dead. Can we, Mickey?
Oh, boy, Mickey.
Oh my God.
You finally did it. You made all of us speechless for a moment.
Mickey, you are something else. I can't believe that not only did Adrena read my comment on air, but she was so blasted about it, she thought the same thing. Really? Boy.
Wow, Adrian.
Your volume is great. Loud and clear. Yes! Yes!
It really is great.
All right. Woo. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into it because the BS still coming. Real or nah? I'm not even going to give you what my thought about this is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a feel-good story. It's a feel-good story. Going to tell you off the bat there. That's all I'm going to tell you. Let's get on into it.
I was in the middle of a divorce and living with a friend, having to commute 3.5 hours one way by bus. I was taking an early bus, like 4:30 a.m. This bus was a small bus and was getting kinda full. Not a problem, I was one of the first ones on. It was 10 stops to my stop and this little Asian girl gets on. When I say little, I mean like 5 feet tall with her shoes on. She's having trouble grabbing the bar. I stand up and tell her, here, take mine. She stares at me dumbly. Now, I know if she doesn't sit, someone will. I say, go ahead, I'm getting off soon anyway. More dumb staring. Okay, it's noisy, and maybe she's just not getting it. I gently plop her into the seat. Just me being nice, no big deal. Fast forward a few weeks, I've forgotten all about it. This girl hands me a note and rushes off the bus. Huh? The note reads, I want to get to know you better. Email me, blank@blank.com. Okay, I don't have internet, and I don't think about the library. This was about the time that high-speed internet was coming out. So I'm unable to, and I have no idea who she is or what she wants. Fast forward another couple of weeks. She sits next to me and asks, Why didn't you email me? In accentless English. What? Oh, it's you. I don't have internet. Blank stare. She hands me a piece of paper and I write it out. She leaves. I know she's not deaf because she responded to me when we talked, but WTF. The next day, she comes back with more questions written down. I write answers and give it back. WTF. This happens a few more times. I found out she speaks virtually no English, and every time she goes home and translates what I wrote and looks up answers for them. Then we started dating. This story was a bit split up between multiple comments, but apparently this girl eventually went on to become this guy's wife.
They sitting there, no, they lying. Ain't no way. No. At first, here's why I think this story is some B and S. First of all, at one point he says she speaks accentless English. But now she doesn't. Man, sit down. Who used to? No, this is a lie. There's no way this happened. He's sitting there. He know he lying. Whoever told this story is a liar. They should learn how to tell the truth. They lying. They are lying.
Amber?
I actually can't say anything because I didn't see any video. It said your browser is unable to play this video. And I saw nothing but black, didn't hear anything.
What?
Well, Anna, trust me, he's lying. He's sitting there, he's
All
lying.
right. All right.
Okay, so I'll break it down to you then, because so Mickey saw it, so it did go out to everybody else. Give me a few seconds so I can see real quick. And it's showing on YouTube, so I don't know what to tell you.
It must have been me.
But so let me just tell you the story. The guy has been commuting for, what was it, 3.5 hours, Tracy?
3.5 hours slide.
3.5 hours on a bus. And this little Asian lady got on the bus and he gave up his seat for her. She didn't understand what he was saying, so he politely plopped her down in the seat saying, "Here's my bus."
Because he thought she was a little girl.
So he did not think that.
He said she thought she was a little girl.
He didn't say that at all.
I thought he said he thought she was a little girl.
He said
or she was small. She was small.
She was
small.
small.
She was small.
So he gave her a seat, and then she wrote a note to him saying, "Please, hello, I want to get the no." And then he got off the bus. The next time he saw her, she gave him a note saying, "Please, I would like to get to know you better. Please email me at such and such, such and such." He didn't have internet. He didn't think about the library, so he never emailed her. So, oh well. A couple of weeks later, he saw her again, and with no accent whatsoever, asked, "Why didn't you not email me?" And he went, "Oh, let me, I didn't have internet and everything else." So she handed him another letter with a couple of more questions on it. And he answered it and gave it to her. She left it. Anyway, long story short, come to find out that this woman did not speak English at all. And what she was doing was she would go home, translate what he was saying so she could understand it, then translate it back in English if she had questions and had him to know to read it.
But keep in mind, she asked him on the bus why hadn't he responded to her. This story is about as true as...
Now, as the time goes on, they started dating. As more time goes on, now he's his wife.
Okay.
Sitting there knowing they lying.
Is that real or no?
She asked him on the bus, "Thank you, Mickey. That's what I said. Which one is it? Does she speak English or does she not speak English?" Lies. 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 Lies.
Yeah, did I understand there was the inconsistency of
Yes, at first she didn't speak with it. She asked him a question in perfect English with no accent. Why didn't he call her or respond to her? Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
And then she apparently went to the "I don't speak any English" act. Girl, stop lying. This whole story is a bunch of Baloney.
I was almost proud of you, Tracy. I was almost proud of
I know,
you.
but you know I'm not gonna say anything worse than that.
Yeah, but you ain't got to act like you're 99 years old with baloney. This is a whole bunch of fog and nougat. I think it's a lie. I'm sorry. Once again, I don't want to. You. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. All I'm saying is I can't see somebody going out of their way that much because you gave up your seat. Like, you done had a terrible lifestyle. If you think giving up your seat is the greatest thing you ever felt, and now you going out of your way to go translate everything that he says, hope that you run into him again eventually, because you don't know if this dude was riding the bus just that one time. You have not a clue. You don't know. And by the way, part of the story was a couple of weeks later, I ran into her again, and she handed me the letter. So you mean to tell me this woman went walking around with this doggone letter in her pocket the whole time, hoping to run into
stalker?
Come on, man. Come on.
That sounds like a stalker. This story is made up. They lying. They just sit
You
here
know what?
lying.
I think this story actually really did happen, but in a high school with kids.
Girl, Anna. Anna. Now, Anna, look. Now, sometimes they accuse me of being innocent, but Anna, there's too many holes in this story. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
It happened in high school. It didn't happen in high school, junior high school, kindergarten, preschool.
You never passed notes to somebody that you like?
I also never been on a bus for 3.5.
I wouldn't have held a note that long for some guy I was like, no, I'm going to pass it to him. If he doesn't respond,
Yeah,
I'm moving
there are
on.
things that they totally embellished and added in, and there's bullshit all over there. But
this did not happen. There's no way he's sitting here, he's lying. He lie.
Baloney phony.
Listen, I couldn't think of another word. I was trying. I was like, there's a bunch of...
Even this old fart said the story is that was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, Anna, you the one holding out hope. I'm like, this is the biggest...
I can't do it, Trey. I love you, Anna. I can't do it. This was terrible.
Terrible.
This was absolutely
She spoke
terrible.
English and could ask him, why didn't you respond? But couldn't speak English the other time. Girl, bye. Sit down somewhere.
And again, I'm sorry, but you want me to believe that this woman walked around for weeks on end.
She was hoping to see
this
him.
letter. Like, and this is so funny. You can email me at such and such. For what? You ain't gonna understand shit I'm saying.
Yeah, she doesn't speak English.
Oh,
But
wait a minute. That actually does make sense, because if you email her, she could go and translate.
She could translate it, but they probably didn't have that technology at the time.
So that way I ain't got to go stalk your ass on a bus all damn day.
She either that or if this is true, she a stalker. A stalker.
Really, Tracy? You gonna end with that?
Yes.
Because I thought you was gonna pull out. Because the only reason she did, because she want to sleep with him. That's the only reason it could possibly be.
No, not on this time. And I don't do that all the time.
You do it enough.
I don't. It's just these last four.
Yeah, you say that now? You say that right now? Because the night is not over yet. So you sure you want to say it all the time?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I won't say it, but I don't say it every single show.
No, but as of recently.
Yeah, recently. That's because the stories presented themselves that way. It's not my fault. You're the one picking them.
Sure, Tracy. Sure. Foxy's videos of the week. And this last one, I can't believe he was living 3.5 hours away from work. Where the hell do you stay?
Mickey, I'm going to have to tell you, I had to take 3 buses to get to a job. That part I could believe. I'm a living witness. That's the truth. Them jobs be way out there in Plainfield and Rockville, and you got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to get to the 5 o'clock bus to get to work at 10 and repeat.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That one job that I work at the convenience store. Y'all can call me a liar. I got my mom and they can come on here and tell you. I had to catch a bus that took me an hour to get to work in a car, 10 minutes. In the car from where I stayed it was literally right up the street from my job. Catch the bus, it took you all the way uptown and all the way back up the long street.
I would have walked that, man.
I would have been walked.
No, you wouldn't. That was
No.
No.
Oh.
No. We're talking about a place that had no sidewalks until recently.
Oh. Gotcha.
When your country knows more about when another country knows more about your country than even you do.
A woman's right to choose is a human right. Why are we so quiet about challenging the US when they threaten human rights? Some people have said in here, oh, we can't be, how dare we talk about the US? Well, we talk about everybody else. Is the US a functioning democracy? Well, let's have a look at it. It costs $2 billion to become president. They have 25% of the total prisoners in the world. They spend over $800 billion a year on arms, which is more than most of the world put together. They've been at war for 250 years since their state was formed 275 years ago. But they can't afford universal health care. They can't afford the 1.7 trillion debt forgiveness for students. They can't afford a programme for the 17 million children that go to bed hungry. Is this a functioning democracy? What's your idea of a democracy? Bernie Sanders wasn't even allowed to win the nomination for the Democrats. The Americans couldn't spell democracy.
Slow clap. They better bring out all the organs because that man was show enough preacher. I'm like, yes, say it again. Say it for the people in the back that think we just lived in the greatest place ever.
I thought that was Billy Connolly at first.
We done told y'all on many of occasions that I don't have a problem celebrating this country. If you literally give us something to celebrate, and you don't. You don't give us things to celebrate. You give us events. You give us moments. That's what you give us. At this point in time, this country give us moments to celebrate. You give us moments to celebrate, and you give us history to celebrate. And then even at a certain point about history, you only give us certain history that we're supposed to celebrate. There is a guy that actually went on Fox News because he went to Thomas and Jefferson's mansion. And they're sitting there literally telling you Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. I'm even go a little further.
And here are the slave quarters.
Yeah. I'm even tell you what's so funny about how deplicable these people is. Thomas Jefferson despised slavery. And yet still owned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And still raped black women. You forgot the fact that he raped black women.
Yeah.
And
he'll celebrate the point at this time that slavery doesn't exist anymore. He also gonna stop ever slavery though.
Didn't even create children
and told everybody now they woke. That's not woke, dude.
No.
That's a bitch ass move of telling people I don't want history depicting how bad white people was in history. Your greatest president, your founding fathers, and all the bull crap that you've been trying to feed us for all these years, and this the truth. And you don't like it. And by the way, to be honest with you, and I'm just speaking for me as a black man in this country, I don't give a rat's ass that you feel bad about it.
I don't either.
I don't care less. That's not going to change what happens. I just want you to realize that the more that you know about the past, so we don't do it in the future. That's all I want you to understand.
It'll hurt my feelings, Marlon. If I enslaved people in my past, it'll hurt me. Take your little hurt feelings on somewhere else and shut up.
It just.
No offense, Anna.
This is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off so much. You don't want to know about history, and Anna, this ain't about you because you know the white people that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You are the
That'd be
people who
true.
want to sit here, don't want to know shit about the damn history because you don't feel good. Fuckers, y'all still thinking about yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? You're still thinking about you. You don't want history to make you feel bad. And the same people that came out with facts don't care about feelings. Until now.
Yep.
They care about
That
my
was you
feelings.
that came up with that bullshit. Not us. That was you that came up with the bullshit. And now that you're reaping the rewards, because I can say this a lot clearer because apparently I've been doing this way too long, you want to reap the rewards of the history and the atrocities that this country has bestowed upon us, and then you want to erase history so nobody will know exactly how you got where you are. And you can came up with the bullshit about working hard, and I'm not even telling you that you work hard. But if you're telling me that you work hard at the same level when you have a head start compared to somebody that's 10, 15, 20 years behind you, you're full of shit, and you should know it by now.
Another slow clap.
You didn't. I'm going to tell you now, you can feel how you want to feel, but you can't change history. And the only history that you feel bad and sad and poor about it is when we rip down some fucking old ass damn statues of Confederate soldiers and slave owners. And all of a sudden, that's so sad, that's so bad, that's so wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You gave more damn about a bunch of stone and metal and copper than human lives. And you want me to feel bad about you because you don't want to learn history. That is an excerpt from Theus Robertson.
No, because Theus would have said a little bit more.
Theus would have burnt this doggone internet down. So
Yeah, you was Marlon.
Yeah, I went Marlon. But yeah, you full of crap.
Just so you all know, you could say whatever's on your mind. You could talk about these saltine ass people who just do
Wow.
not come from common sense.
Saltine. I got more slow claps to give out tonight than I've ever given out on one show. First, we started out with the Irish Scottish guy. Then, I happen to cause nobody to slow clap, but y'all, I'm just like.
Nina Turner 2020.
You better tell it. Tell it, Kevin, like it T.I. is. Tell it. If she's in, I'm with her. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Look, remember that guy. I have no idea what that means, Susan, at all.
Anna breaks out the salt.
When you really think they couldn't go no lower?
I learned about slavery, about how this country started on genocide, about how we put indigenous children into schools so that we could rape them of their entire culture and separate them. And that's rape them literally and figuratively. And then, oops, when they show up pregnant, well, then the nuns will just kill them. We have done horrible things as a country. We learning about this stuff today should not feel any kind of responsibility, guilt. If you do, that says something a little about you.
But you should make payment.
But hell yeah.
You better start making payment like that promise, that little empty promise you made way back.
Yeah, y'all ain't even gonna cut that check for real. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna be with Tim Platt. Cut the check.
I'm gonna need y'all to get that check. All right, as soon as you think that the Republicans cannot get lower when it comes to Roe versus Wade.
Oh, they're gonna put that bar down. How low can you go?
Oh my God! Let's just say they changed the definition.
Ms. Foster, you think a 10-year-old would choose to carry?
In the 10-year-old case, first of all, the Ohio...
No, my question is, would a 10-year-old choose to carry a baby?
In the Ohio case, the Ohio Attorney General said that abortion would have been justified.
Focus on the question, please. Would a 10-year-old choose to carry a baby?
I cannot...
Do you think a 10-year-old should choose to carry a baby?
I believe it would probably impact her life, and so therefore it would fall under any exception and would not be an abortion.
Wait. It would not be an abortion if a 10-year-old with her parents made the decision not to have a baby that was the result of a rape?
If a 10-year-old became pregnant as a result of rape and it was threatening her life, then that's not an abortion. So it would not fall under any abortion restriction in our nation.
Ms. Warbelow, are you familiar with disinformation?
Yes, I am.
Did you just hear some disinformation?
Yes, I heard some very significant disinformation.
Why don't you tell me about that?
Yes, an abortion is a procedure. It's a medical procedure that individuals undergo for a wide range of circumstances, including because they have been sexually assaulted, raped in the case of the 10-year-old. It doesn't matter whether or not there is a statutory exemption. It is still a medical procedure that is understood to be an abortion.
Let me go first. Please let me go first. Y'all fuckers are funny. Now you want to change the definition of abortion. Y'all want to change the definition of it. And I'm even going to go backwards because I was going to make it a story, but I knew it was going to trigger. But since I'm already in the mood now, let me go ahead and just throw this crap out here for you. A 10-year-old girl who got raped, and not every Republicans went online and said that the damn story was a lie, that it was a hoax, that it wasn't true, that we were making it up to make y'all feel bad. Until you realize that the story was true, and now you don't even. Not only do you not go out of your way to apologize that the story is true, that this family had to take their 10-year-old child in. I got one little Jim Jones, you little bastard. I mean Jim Jordan. You little bastard. Said the wrong name, but you're still a little bastard. Went on there and go, I'm not apologizing for what I said because I used a news article. You didn't use a news article. You used a news title to make your definition that it was a lie. Then you try to gaslight the world because you sat there and said, well, we just found out that, and I quote, an illegal alien was the one that did the rape and he was arrested. So you went on to go back to your little piece of paper that you go ahead and put your stuff together because that's the only way that you're going to go. And this woman right here just went on there and sat there and said to everybody on national TV, on the internet, on every major platform, that because she was a 10-year-old that got raped and she had to go to another state because the state that she was in was going to make her carry to full term that baby. She had to go to another state to get the abortion. And what did y'all decide to do afterwards, after that bullshit analysis about that really was an abortion because she was a 10-year-old rape victim? You went after the fucking doctor of the other state.
Mm-hmm.
Actions, not words. You can't bullshit people who see your actions.
Well, but they sure do try.
But you sure do go out of your way.
They just make a concentrated effort. And I'm going to let you go first because, boy, I'm trying to calm myself down.
If you let me go, it's just going to be a stream of swear words.
I mean, for this piece of garbage lady to sit here and say that, it's not an abortion, If I was the congressperson that was asking her questions, I would just be like, shut up. Just shut your entire face up. Um, Nobody wants to hear from you. You're a right-wing crackpot that all you want to do is take away women's rights to make choices over their own bodies. Guess what? We're not your slaves. You can't tell us what to do. We're going to find out how to get this procedure anyway. We're going to travel to states no matter how legislators try to scare us. Oh, you can't travel to other states. We're going to go to states where it's legal. You can't tell us not to travel. Shut up. And as far as Jim Jordan, he needs to stop raping people. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. It's one of his podcasts. But oh well, we know he sat there and covered up for years. And those young men at Ohio State came out and said that he knew about it and didn't say anything. For him to even run his buck-toothed, ugly face and talk about anything, he needs to shut all the way up. And I'm so glad that Congressman Swalwell, I think that's his name.
Which, by the way, Swalwell, you are killing it lately.
Yeah, he is.
You are killing it.
I know. I was like, wait a minute, because he was on my corporate Democratic.
I don't know how long, and all of a sudden you just
came from nowhere. I'm like, okay, on this. Damn. Now I don't know how he is on other stuff, but on this he is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I'm so glad he got the person that had sense to say this is a medical procedure, and it doesn't matter whether she's 10 or 20 or 40 or even 60. I'm just, I can't with pro-life people anymore. I've really tried to listen to them because I used to be them. But this, what she should have just said, the first ignorant, stupid lady was, I want women to do what I say. What I believe is what you need to believe, and I'm going to make you do what I want you to do. That's what she should have said. Instead of this whole, an abortion is not an abortion. What is she talking about? Of course, I can't, Lord, hold my mouth, because I'm about ready to go. Nah.
And I like how Swalwell just looked at, when that woman said what she said, this is not a part of abortion. I love the look on Swalwell.
It was like, what did you say?
What the fuck did you just say? What?
Because it was such a dumb answer. I'm like, what world is she living in?
Wait a minute, what? That doesn't count as a book. You was going to make her do it in your own state.
So when her Republican legislator has an affair and he tells his mistress to go to California to have an abortion, does that count or no? I just want to know.
Anti-choice is pro-control. That's it.
That's it.
Go ahead, Elise.
And then who cares if he was, I don't care if he was Joe Public from next door and he was a white guy. I don't care. I don't care what he was. He raped a 10-year-old. I don't care if he was in the league. Would they have wanted the rapist to be a white guy? What are they saying? It's like they're just saying, okay, we could just demonize immigrants. What? Like nobody from Europe ever rapes. No, they never do that. They would never ever do that. No.
This is the funny thing I'll tell Jim. This is what I'll tell Jim. Y'all can always tell when I don't give a fuck about these people I call them by their first name. Fuck them. This is what I would tell Jim. So let's go ahead and eliminate all illegal immigrants, all legal immigrants out of this country. And you promise me beyond a shadow of a doubt that no woman in this country will ever be raped again.
He's too busy covering up for the rapists at Ohio State. So, it don't really work like that.
Jim Jordan is one of those people who think if he talks, just like a lot of people, they think if they talk loud enough, not facts, just a volume, that all of a sudden it's going to mean something. Bullshit is bullshit at whatever decibel that you would like to put it at. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that guy, that first Scottish or Irish guy, because I couldn't tell his dialect, I'm going to say Scottish.
I think he was Scottish.
I think that was Scottish, yeah.
I'm like, this bro man telling the whole truth.
Hey, Scotland, I'll make a deal with you.
You send him.
Trade you Jim Jordan for whoever that dude was.
Yeah, whoever that
Oh no,
dude
they
is,
didn't take
we
him.
want him. We want him.
I don't even care what his criminal background
Nope,
is.
don't care.
I don't even
Well, yeah,
care.
I do care.
We will trade the Scottish guy with the white beater. No, I'm just kidding. with the muscle shirt on, which killed me that you're at an actual
Jack it off,
committee with
Jim
a muscle
Jordan.
shirt. That was funny as hell. With a muscle shirt on, we'll trade you Jim Jordan.
We don't care. We'll just even trade.
I don't care.
Even trade. And we'll give you some money to sweeten the deal.
There ain't enough money.
Remember?
There is
Thank you.
not
And
enough.
Indiana has the highest rates of unused rape kits.
Kevin, preach.
Ain't he though?
Chicago, New York, Atlanta, LA, which is fucking surprising to me because y'all supposed to be the most liberal, well, in New York.
Nope.
Years and years and years of rape kits that hasn't been diagnosed yet. Boy, y'all will find a damn illegal immigrant in a fucking heartbeat, though, won't you?
He's an illegal immigrant. And do you want him to be a white guy?
Yeah, I think he was.
Why do you think most of us don't report our assaults?
Thank you. It's because what was she wearing? Did she lead him on? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Tracy, don't get me started on that shit, please.
It makes me sick.
You tried to explain to me what the hell she was wearing while she was getting raped is the equivalent of saying boys will be boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. You will come up with any kind of way, shape, or form to try to eliminate any doubt that this white, male, rich individual could not possibly do anything as heinous as rape.
Yep.
Because he's a white
It was
male
still
rich.
legal for a husband to rape his wife into the late 60s or 70s.
And
that
we,
became a time. Now it became a frame of mind too. By the way, because even though the law is over there, you still have the cop going, "Yeah, did he really rape you? Or was you just really not in the mood because you had a headache?"
Fuck all that. Yes, I am a rape survivor.
You don't give an absolute flying fuck what happens to minorities and middle class and poor women. You don't give a flying fuck.
Nope, it's control.
And now you have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt you don't give a fuck about kids.
They never cared about
I honestly don't give a rat's ass what race they is. You have pretty much proven you don't give a damn about kids, period.
If Sandy Hook didn't prove that, I don't know what else we need.
You didn't give a damn during the COVID virus when you was trying to rush all these damn kids back to fucking school so they can get whatever the fuck they gonna get because your dumb ass thought, well, they couldn't catch COVID because COVID would go over their head because kids are this low and everything. Y'all say the stupidest shit and think it actually means something, and death after death after death has absolutely nothing to do with the situation that we're telling you that there's a virus that's killing people compared to it's man-made, that's lie, and you still got individuals going out there going to coroners telling them you can put whatever you want on a death certificate as long as you don't tell them that it was COVID death.
And I'm going to tell them, shut up, I'm going to do my job, and if you don't like it, oh, well, that's your problem.
Don't forget the majority of rapes are against females, so why test the kids? They care more about their livestock than they do women and girls. Yeah.
Say that again, we care more about dogs than women. We sure do. Because if you
they don't give they don't give a fuck, and I can't put it more clearly than that. They don't care.
Yeah.
They want us to celebrate when they actually do 20% of the rape kits in any state that you could think of, and they want you to celebrate of how great that place is that they did 20% of all rape kits.
With how much money you get, there is no excuse.
They want you to
Right.
take how serious it is, how they're taking it so seriously, where they do 20% of it, when we got shit from 1980s
80s.
that hasn't been produced yet. I'm like, damn, get the fuck out of here. Fuck y'all.
And it's our state, Marlon, that the Attorney General has decided to go after the doctor that performed the abortion. I hope and the problem is, if she sues the state, which I hope she does, that's Todd Rokita is garbage. Let me just say, Todd Rokita is garbage. I know that's not why I got him here to talk, but he did this when the election started. He wasted taxpayers' dollars and suing the federal government. He loves to he loves to just have these frivolous lawsuits. This is so gonna get out of court. And of course, documentation came that yes, she did follow the law. She didn't have to report. She's in Indiana, not Ohio, where the original crime happened, and it was reported in Ohio. That's how the guy got arrested. So shut up. I'm so tired of people like Todd Rokita who sit here and waste taxpayers' money to do stupid stuff because he's stupid, he's feckless, and he's pathetic. I want him to get beat so bad. I would even vote Democrat. That's how bad it's gotten. That's how bad he
know
is.
exactly how to take that state. They care about their power, which is
Yeah, but the Democrats in Indiana are pathetically terrible. I mean, pathetically terrible.
At least we don't have to worry about Texas, as Albert said he will end.
Yeah, he literally did say.
I do know that. He will
I'm like, dude. I mean, it's a nice goal and everything, but
This is the funny thing about Albert. I hope you succeed. I will put up with your bullshit, which you are a master. Well, DeSantis is like
no, DeSantis has got him beat.
Yeah.
But you a good damn second.
Abbott's
You a good damn second.
And then Holly's third.
That one. All right.
I see that.
So, manipulation.
Despite what you might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what do we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instinct. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition. And what we have to remember is that just because we have a tradition doesn't mean it's morally acceptable. Tradition and morality are not always the same. I mean, can you think of any traditions that we once had in the United States of America that we no longer have? That today we think back and that was immoral? Slavery, right? Less than 200 years ago. And that was a tradition. So the traditions we have today doesn't necessarily mean they're morally acceptable. And as we evolve as a culture, so do our traditions. Now, The Matrix is a story. It's a story. When told enough times to enough people, it becomes part of that culture. It becomes the tradition. And this story is being told over and over every day.
So it's really simple. It's more of it's an old adage. If you say a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. It's sad, but it's reality. Had to tell it to Thea's earlier today. Just because it's bad doesn't mean that's the way it is. It's not the way it is. If you tell a lie over and over and over and over and over again, it will become the truth. Because the point of the matter is, manipulation is the art of dipping in just enough facts and you build a lie around it. That's how you manipulate a group of individuals. So you start off with the lie. What's that guy's name? And anybody can remember that because I picked on him so many damn times. It ain't Tucker. It's the other dude that sounds like it. Was it? Say it again.
Lindsey Graham?
No, he's
Kennedy?
not.
No.
Tucker Carlson.
No, he's not on. He's not on. He's on a web. He's on YouTube or he has his own website or something like that. He's one of those people who talk like this and blah 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 blah.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
that's got to be the one.
Ben Shapiro does this a lot. So
when
what
he's
Ben
not talking
Shapiro
about a
do,
minute.
this is the trick is Ben Shapiro will, and I'm gonna say it as quick as he is. Bullshit, 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 fat, bullshit, 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 bullshit.
And you
That's
still
how
too
Ben
slow.
Shapiro gets away with a lot of stuff that he said. Bullshit, 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 fat, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And that's how he gets away with a lot of stuff he says. And I'm not trying to be funny because that's exactly the speed that he talks. Bullshit, 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 fat, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. This dude literally went on saying, I don't know why the black community actually want to say that they want reparations. We already tried reparations with RFD because he gave reparations that time and it didn't work. Reparations was not given for RFD. Reparations was never, ever given by
RFD. You mean FDR?
FDR, I apologize. FDR. FDR gave reparations for the black community and it didn't work. As you can see, FDR never gave reparations.
I'm like, when did he, 1900 and never?
That never happened. No president in the United States have ever given reparations.
Well, no.
Nope.
Abraham Lincoln did, but Andrew Jackson did, but it was to the white people.
Here's the funny thing about it. You was right. Lincoln did.
Lincoln had it, but then Andrew Jackson said, "No, I'm gonna be petty, and I'm gonna take it back, and I'm just gonna give it to the white people instead."
Okay, Anna, because you're looking confused a little bit. Lincoln, you know that 10 acres and a mule thing that 40. We always did. 40 acres and a mule thing that he had. Lincoln actually did that. Lincoln actually said after the slavery, we're gonna get 40 acres and military mules to the slaves so they can live on it, build on it, and everything else. He had it written down. It was actually passed.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually passed.
I know.
And then he was shot. Jackson came about and went, yeah, that's some bullshit. This ain't finna happen. And he killed it.
And he gave reparations to white slave owners.
He gave it to white slave owners for the loss of property.
Yep, loss of
property. He was
property.
a racist bastard. If you ever read anything else, he was...
Oh, he was a terrible president.
A disgusting human
being.
We've
had 46 presidents. I can only name one that wasn't trash.
I can't name none of them. I know y'all want to say y'all want to say Lincoln, but I'm the first.
No, Lincoln was racist. He only freed the slaves out of convenience, and he didn't even want to do it.
Yeah, Shapiro, that little
twerp. We both said that at the same time. We both said twerp.
He's such a little.
He's annoying. Like, boy, slow down. Don't nobody know what you're saying. Slow down.
But he can't. If you slow it down, then people are able to hear what you're saying, and maybe they can contribute that. Dude, you're full of shit. Whatever.
But we both said twerp at the same time. Like,
bullshit, 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 fat, bullshit, bullshit,
You're
bullshit.
still too slow. Because he goes, I'm like, look, are you the guy? Remember that guy in the 80s, Marlon, that talked really, really fast and he did the FedEx commercials and the micro mini commercials. Ben Shapiro talks faster than that guy.
And the funny thing about Ben Shapiro, who's
He's trying to make it like he's a
I don't
stud,
want to
boy.
play this but I want to play their game about being a man and how to be a man and you should be a man and everything else. Okay, Ben. The first thing that I want to do with it, using your logic, okay? I'm using Ben's logic. Dude, I'm gonna need you to put some bass in your damn voice because you're kind of fucking scaring me with this book. And I want to dude, how fucking old are you? 12? What the fuck is going on with your voice? You married and everything.
To what? Oh, shut up, Tracy. I done went to church and everything. I can't be saying to what?
Somebody married him.
On
One thing I
purpose.
really like that the man said who was talking about the circles and how easy it is to mislead people is traditions, if they weren't built for us to continuously reevaluate, we're doing them wrong.
Right.
This is something we celebrate. This is something we hold in a ceremonious way. And if it cannot hold up to our morals, then we should stop that tradition. It's as easy as that.
We fail to realize that tradition and morals are totally two different
They're
things.
two different things.
You're also, and I hate to say this, but I'm not. Your founding fathers was not as great as you thought they were.
Oh my gosh, they were garbage.
And you honestly keep thinking because the founding fathers said it, that it had to be moral and great and wonderful, and it just wasn't. And I'm not blaming them because they was
You're taking one little part of a document that says some wonderful flowery things, but you're not reading it all. You're not reading the original.
Yeah, if we hold these truths to be self-evident, not that that's in the Constitution, that all men are created equal. If they're white, if they're landowners, but everybody else, no.
And that's what kills me about it so much is y'all don't read what it said.
No, they read what they want it to say.
At that time, they wasn't all for the white community.
That's where they came up.
But I told you.
Right. That's where they came.
Right. You ain't shit.
Right. That's where they came up with the Electoral College. It wasn't so that you could have a voice. It was so that you could not have a voice. Why we still have it, I don't know. Because if I were some Democrat, I would challenge it in the courts and say, hey, this takes away the voice of the people. But I'm not a lawyer or anything. I don't play one on TV, but I don't know why we have moved towards that. But whole nother discussion for a whole nother day.
That's what Public said he was going to kill all of that. Yeah, I remember that.
He managed to kill 9
years.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Started kidnapping Native American children and put them in the Harvard. Yeah. That's your founding fathers.
Yep.
He's not a founding father. He was elected president.
They were
By the
horrible
way,
people.
just to implement this even further, because I'm not getting too much pushback, so I'll just go ahead and push it back. This what the fuck is what happens when you don't learn from history, because then Jackson to Trump.
You repeat it.
Same thing.
This what the fuck you get when you don't learn history. Jackson to Trump. Trump didn't do shit new. Jackson did it fucking first.
Yep.
But I don't want to feel bad. I don't want my kids to feel bad. I don't want my grandkids.
We want them to get
bad.
participation trophies.
You're underestimating your kids.
Yeah, because your kids know they have this little tool. Hey, parents who don't want their children to learn about CRT, which should be taught in schools. You do know there's this thing called Google that they could simply look it up on. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but you might want to think, if I keep hiding things, then my children may be mad at me for hiding things from them.
they'll be indoctrinated and.
That's
But yeah,
that's all what you feel about. You don't want your kids to look at you, grow up one day and look at you and go, "Wow, you really was a fuck up.
you is fucked up.
You
And this,
really
we're
was
not
that damn
saying,
bad."
and then the people, the not you, Anna, and not you, Mickey, but and not you, Kevin, either. But some of these little white conservatives get over slavery. How can I? You're still benefiting from it. Like, would you please shut up? Just shut up. Go sit down. Shut up. Don't nobody want to hear you. I don't want to go all Keisha the puppet on people, but y'all need to shut up. And that's not me. I'm more
will
calm.
happily get over slavery. I'll make a deal with you. I'll make a deal with you. Okay? I'm being fair, right? Am I being
We
fair?
want to hear what
Okay.
your deal is, but go ahead.
Okay. I will get over slavery. I will never, ever bring up slavery ever again. All you got to do is get rid of every police department around the United States, considering that the police department started as slave patrol.
Thank you.
The reason why we have it. So I will happily never ever talk about slavery ever again, as long as you take away the instrument that reminds us of slavery.
And you forgot this. Throw away all of your guns and stop trying to control women's bodies. We are adults, for the most part, that are making these decisions. And then maybe, I ain't gonna even tell that lie because I'm gonna bring it up.
That's Tracy thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Tracy.
just telling you, get rid of the reminder of slavery, which is law enforcement that started off as slave patrol.
I would just say stop killing black people, but hey, that's just me.
No, because in their eyes they was scared and whatever that shit. I'm tired of playing that game. Get rid of slave patrols, which in current day now is law enforcement, and I will never bring up slavery again. I think I came up with a reasonable understanding and a great compromise. Y'all get back at me when y'all come up with y'all decision.
I'd sign something right now.
And no talk of history of White History Month. That infuriates me. You really want to get me mad? You really want to get me mad? Why do you need a whole month? You have, 365 days of the year. You'll still get February. Shut up. Don't.
Oh, wait a minute. You want to get rid of Black History Month? I'm sorry. Ain't your line Mega Month now? Don't y'all?
Yeah, you got Mega Month. Y'all got Mega Month. Y'all got a month.
Don't y'all have Mega Month now?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she can parade around her little white sheets all she feels like.
This man is structural racism, and we won't talk about slavery. No, Susan, you're going too deep.
Just get rid of the police and tell them to stop killing black people.
The police was slave patrol. Get rid of the instrument that started it all, and we'll be done with it.
Yeah, let's do what Anna says. Take away their guns, make them like they was Andy and Barney and Mayberry, because they didn't have no guns.
Give them the one gun with the one bullet. Y'all get back at me.
And tell them to stop turning their cameras off on purpose. Don't start me. I'm not going to start on this.
Abolish. We need to completely rework that whole system. There is no saving it.
I just rather just get rid of them altogether. I agree with you, Anna.
Yep, I used to be pretty fun. Now I'm like, get rid of them. Just start over. Let's do something else, because this ain't working.
Like Theus was saying, if he was on this show, I ain't got time to try to figure out with the thousands of snakes that's in front of me, which one is not going to bite me. I don't have time for that anymore. I just don't.
Yeah.
This last one is what happens when you don't know about history.
I'm going to read this quote to you. And as I'm reading, I want you to guess who said it. The national government will maintain and defend the foundations on which the power of our nation rests. It will offer strong protection to Christianity as the very basis of our collective morality. Today, Christians stand at the head of our country. We want to fill our culture again with the Christian spirit. We want to burn out all the recent immoral developments in literature, in entertainment, and in the press. In short, we want to burn out the poison of immorality which has entered into our whole life and culture as a result of liberal excess during recent years. Did you get it right? If you have ever wondered what you would have done back then, you don't have to wonder. It's what you're doing right now.
Another slow clap.
How many slow claps are we gonna have tonight?
This is just titled a slow clap show. Because boy, I'm just like
Every person that heard that speech sat there and thought it was a modern day. Somebody said it in modern day history. This is history. Every person that heard that, unless you absolutely was deep in history, y'all thought that was some little idiotic Republican person that said that out of somewhere, or some podcast or everything else. That's history. That's what they're trying to get you to erase. That's what they try to get you to not hear anymore because of their feelings. That's what they're trying to get, because little Tommy don't need to know about this. And you know what's funny about you parents? Why do y'all think that we're going to start teaching kids in grade 1 all this stuff? As if they're going to understand this anyway. I'm going to tell you off the bat. Kids in grade 1, when I was growing up, we didn't know what the fuck a black and white person was to begin with, nor did we not give a damn. I didn't care.
And let's also learn a little bit more history, but shall we? The Nazis, who did they emulate? Who is that again? Us.
Yeah.
And they thought we went too far with the a drop of blood makes you black. No, well they were gonna actually make it actual percentages for Jewish people. They thought Americans went too far. Put that into your pipe and smoke it for a little bit.
But they won't, Anna. It's too inconvenient. We can't face our own. This is why we're bound to repeat history, because we refuse to learn from it. Because and this will put me out of ever running for office. We are not the brightest of the bright. When we send us anywhere, we're not sending our best. We're not sending our brightest. We're sending a bunch of dumb, knuckle-headed people that think that we're better than everybody else. We'll go to other countries, take over their government, put in who we want. Don't let those people elect who they want. No. We have to control that. And then we wonder, why do people hate America so much? I wonder why.
And here's the deal about it. Not only we're not the greatest country in the world, other countries know we're not the greatest country in the world. We're the most feared country in the world because, again, we spend 5 times more in military spending than all of our allies put together.
Oh, even our enemies. We spend more than China, Russia, North Korea, South Korea. Nobody.
And the next 9 countries combined.
Yeah, the next 9 countries, we spend twice what the next 9 countries behind us spend.
And what did Cruz say? Well, we wasn't a great country. Why is everybody trying to come over here? Quite simple. Because we're better than the country that they're in. And let me rephrase that. Because I don't want y'all to get this twisted like we're great.
Yeah.
I didn't say great. I said we're better. In other words, their country is so fucked up.
By who?
That they would rather come to the United States and get less fucked up.
But Marlon, who messed it up?
Oh, what are you talking about? Hades? What are you talking about? Africa? What are you talking about? The British Columbia? What are you talking about when we took over Hawaii? What country are you talking about?
All of the above.
Us.
We done messed some countries up so bad. And then we got the nerve to get mad when they come here. We messed
get
their
so mad
countries
about
up.
it when they complain about it.
Like,
do you understand how arrogant that a country got to be that we go to Islands, Hawaii, and say, you're ours now? By the way, can't blame them. It worked really great in 1700, so you can't blame them for going, yeah, but y'all have a lot of sun and a lot of beaches.
that was to I forget what it was. It had something to do with Japan and the Asian countries. That's why they took Hawaii over.
People from other countries wants to come here because we screwed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we made their countries unlivable. We've literally made Honduras and Guatemala and Mexico unlivable. And they got the nerve to be like, they can't come here. Y'all come here. Come here. I welcome all of you. All of you are welcome in this country.
Do you know how fucked up it is to sit there and say, Puerto Rico, you are a part of the United States.
But you're not a state.
You don't have the power of the United States, but
you can't
you
vote.
are part of the United States.
No, they can vote in presidential elections, but it doesn't count. I'm like, well, what they voting for? And who says that Puerto Rico wants to become a state?
If it doesn't count, you can't vote.
Alaska was bought from, didn't we buy it from Russia?
Russia.
And now Russia's talking about they want it back. Okay, y'all can have it.
Russia, no, y'all can't have it back now.
Technically speaking, it's attached to Canada, so I'm just saying it's really Canadian up there. Just saying.
Rather kill immigrants in places is cheaper, quicker, and the scary part about it, a whole lot quieter.
Yep. We doing all this stuff and then be like, why don't people like us? Because we're sickos. That's why.
Y'all, this country's humanity. And by the way, because just in case, I'm going to cover something for anybody, because my imagination runs wild only because I've been dealing with this way longer than I have. If you don't like it, you can leave. Fucker, if you don't like it, you can leave.
Well, where am I supposed to go?
I can go anywhere the hell I want to.
You kidnapped
if you
my
don't
ancestors.
Like what I'm talking about, you can leave. Well, I like this country, so why should I leave? Yeah, but you don't like what I'm saying about the damn country, so you should leave. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Doesn't really matter because you ain't saying shit that made any damn sense. So why the fuck should I make sense?
I wish somebody would come to my face and tell me, leave this country. And then what you gonna do? It's not for you either.
My ancestors didn't voluntarily come over here.
Sure didn't. You kidnapped.
That's another thing y'all try to put in the books.
Yeah, kidnapped my ancestors, stole my language. I have no idea where I'm from. Will probably never know where I'm from because you thought it was convenient to go to some African country and steal people.
Was it Texas that's trying to change the wording of
involuntary labor?
Involuntary.
Yeah.
If I was every black person in Texas, I would literally leave. Why? Why am I staying there? And so, and I said this before. If they want to become their own country, let them. Let them become their own country. And as soon as a hurricane or a tornado comes, shut up. I don't want to hear it because you want it to be your own country. Okay, bye. See you. Do what you want.
Yes, but let some refugees come up.
Oh yeah, they come to
certain refugees.
Yeah, the European ones.
Black people. No, I'm talking about before you secede. You know, let's pull in some refugees who don't want to go with the crazies.
Yeah, that's what I say, Mickey. I'm gonna stay and fight for all the stuff that you did wrong.
Mm-hmm. But I love Bo's shirt earlier. We'll trade racists for refugees.
Sure
yes.
will. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. On a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all the other days of the week. Is Marlon froze?
No, I'm laughing what Thea's just saying. Oh my God.
Put it up on the screen.
What did he do?
No, it was a message to just us. If y'all read it, trust me, that's society in a nutshell. Lord have mercy. I'm still America because people like, oh, that's my America, the land, the liberty, the earth, and the courage to fight. We ain't fighting shit.
We need
we
to.
fight. We fight as long as we have the equipment to make ourselves invincible. Involuntary relocation just doesn't mean that while locating them, they
If you
throw
threw
them
the ones that got sick and died overboard, then raped us, then exploit our labor, and then wonder why we don't thank you. Well,
we don't like you. Anyway, we're done. We're done.
You said it was going to be a heavy show. It was.
It was gonna be a heavy show. It was a heavy show. I got everything that I have to say, and for anybody who don't agree with us, even though the facts are there and not your facts, literally history facts. Got me fucked up. So whatever you want to say. So we're gonna end off on a light note. And the first light note is, dude, you made literally all of us men look bad.
Me every month. I've got my period again. I don't want to effing go through this again. God dang it. Well, periods suck. Trust me, I was emotionally close with a woman. In fact, close enough to feel her god dang periods. Man, I effing hated it. Men, don't get that attached. Be supportive, feed her ice cream, and whatever else she asks for, but don't get attached enough to feel them. It's not worth it. Anyway, I hate to be callous, but that's just your body telling you to hurry up and get pregnant. Of course, birth control also makes them not as bad, depending on what kind. Of course, you find out that there's more kinds of birth control than there are types of oil, which is a pain. There are more period containment things. Yes, that includes tampons, pads, cups, etc. Than there are types of oil, according to my dad, who actually knows stuff about oil, saying there's like 4 types. Yes, talking about motor oil here. So ladies, find what's right for you, ask a doctor, test some different period things out. It's for your own good. What the F are you talking about? I thought I couldn't effing read for a minute. What? Did this guy just assume assume women didn't know? Know that? Did he just mansplain periods? Did he imply that he could actually feel someone else's period? Motor oil? There's a lot to unpack here, but let's just throw away the whole suitcase. Well, good news, ladies. Instead of going to your OBGYN, you can just go to your local mechanic because they've changed so much oil that basically makes them an expert on women's anatomy.
Ooh, he not doing y'all no favors. Ooh, that was stupid. Like, we didn't know nothing about birth control. We didn't know nothing. We needed him to tell us. Because he's a man. Don't ask me. I'm just a girl.
I'm sorry. I literally just gonna narrow it down to what that one person said. Dude, are you gonna mansplain?
Period. You're never going to have one.
Wow.
Shut up.
That was cringy in and of itself.
Sympathy pain is a thing. Feeling somebody else's period is not.
Yeah. I've dated and married someone who has some of the worst period menstrual cycles, according to them, known to mankind. I didn't feel shit.
I would have to leave school. I would have to go to a hospital. It hurts.
I ain't feel a damn thing.
Yep, vomiting.
Nope.
dehydration. But
Yeah.
I need him. I need that man to explain to me that because I don't understand anything. I'm just a girl.
We're just whistle girls.
Poor little victim.
Well, I'm so glad that he's in my life to explain something that, oh, I just caught that, Mickey. Oh, wow, Mickey.
You poor baby. Let me explain. Nigga, you a fool. You be killing me. Poor little victim. I'm so sorry you grew up. I'm sorry you got older. Let me explain to you what motor oil can do for you.
Yeah, because there's 4 types.
I made a meme that everyone loved. It says that right-wing men couldn't find a clip with a magnifying glass, a flashlight, and a map. That is wonderful, man.
I'm so glad, though, that he is in my life to explain something that I have had since I was 9 years old. I would have never known, what is this discharge coming from my body? I do not know. I am just a woman, and he, being the superior sex, would know everything. Man, if you don't sit your little childish self down somewhere and shut up. And I don't think he has a girlfriend.
And the funny thing about it is he never said, this is how I know it was bullshit.
The fact that he said it?
Well, yeah, that. Because in the fact that he just kept talking, which I was like, as a dude on the other end going, dude, please shut the fuck up. Please shut up. Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the... Why are you not shutting up? Please shut up.
I thought this was funny.
Because unlike you, I'm actually going to go home to a woman, and this is not going to end well for me. You, on the other hand, has a whole bunch of movies to watch, so you'll be fine. I don't. I actually have to lay beside this woman who's just going to be looking at me going, do you actually feel that way? No, I don't feel that way, honey, because I actually have an education. No, that's not
Well,
going to be
Marlon,
me.
I think one thing we should tell him is his balloon girlfriend is not the real thing. I mean, dude, she's just an air. You can put air in her and take air out. That doesn't make her real. And now I have to repent. See what they do? I
No.
went to church and
Does that count, Marlon? Does that somebody wants sex and they go to a doll?
Nope.
Does that count?
He obviously does not know a woman enough to keep it. If he was around a real woman, he would know to keep his mouth shut.
Ask the question again, Anna.
Does that count?
Go ahead.
My question here is, for the running count on Tracy, does it count that she said,
Did he have sex with a balloon?
Sex with a bubble?
Nope, because he obviously is. Because if he was around a real woman,
and then you just messed it up. You just messed it up. I was going to say no.
No, if he was around a real woman, he wouldn't even say something that dumb.
Tracy,
he wouldn't say something that stupid.
See, this is what I mean. Sometimes you just need to stop. I was going to say no, that doesn't count.
It doesn't.
But then you said obviously. So, yep, that counts.
That does not count because he's not with a real woman.
Oh, there's a shot that Tracy didn't think that counts. You sat there and said obviously. I would never pressure to know how a man feel when he have.
Thank you, me neither.
Why do I keep putting Nikki's statements up?
Because you choose to.
I don't know why I do that.
This is your show.
We're going to go ahead and end this show off.
That was perfect.
Y'all get y'all tissues out.
Oh, no, don't. I want to end this on a positive, good note.
It's very positive. And even I had to hold myself, so enjoy.
Fake. Yesterday, I walked from my store to my car through the mall. There was a special needs kid that was walking next to me. I was wearing a dark blue V-neck t-shirt and my thick Clark Kent glasses. Hair was dark from the product in it and was firmly in place except for the little spit curl on my forehead. He kept pace and I said hello. He had to ask me something. He leaned in close and whispered, "Are you Superman?" I chuckled a little bit. "Thanks, kid. No." His face remained dead serious. "I won't tell anyone," he said. "You're very nice. Thank you. I'm not, though. Superman isn't And this kid had this look on his face. "I won't tell anyone. I promise. I swear." I'm an emotional guy, so I was getting a little choked up. "We are not supposed to talk about secret identities, kid. It can get dangerous." And he starts enthusiastically nodding in agreement. I know. When I was almost to the doors, I turned back and took my glasses off and put my finger up to my lips and went, "Shh." And as best as his limbs would let him, he gave me a thumbs up. I've been welling up thinking about it for about 24 hours now. Thought I was crazy until I told Shanna last night and she had the same reaction. 100% totally true story, and despite his disadvantages in life, perceived and real, I thank that kid for being a superhero yesterday. I guess.
That's so sweet.
I want to believe this story so bad
Just
because it
believe it.
makes me feel good. It makes me
Just
feel
believe
good.
it. And then just hold on to that.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
You don't have to worry about somebody making it up. That was lovely.
It's one of those things.
That kid is a superhero.
I
That's
told you.
right.
It's one of those things where, and this is why I tear up when I hear stories like this. Oh, a lot of stories like this, by the way. When it doesn't cost you nothing.
But a moment at a time.
It's just one of those things where you're sending somebody away happy.
Yep, and
it's not political, it's not social, it's not economical, it's none of those big
kid's imagination.
encyclopedia type words. I'll never see this kid again, but at this very moment, I sent them away happy. Even if it's in fantasy, he's
I wish
happy.
more people were like that.
This really did. I mean, as messed up as we think this world is, it's stories like that that will pull me in back every time. Every time I think, okay, we should just give up. It's that will say, nope, it's more people out there like that guy than there are these crazy other people. I just have hope.
Susan, these are stories like this and everybody else. This is why I don't stop. This is why I will never, ever stop fighting. You could throw whatever it is that you want to throw at me. I'm a grown-ass man. You have shown your hand of how devious and despicable and low-life and deplorable you can be. And then I get stories like this. And it fills me full of energy again to squash you like the roach that you are. Because the message is getting out. Out of 10 people, I'm trying to use the number lightly, out of 10 people who hears the message, one person changes their mind to do better. You know what? It's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Every
That
time.
one person gonna talk to 2 people, and those 2 people gonna talk to 4 people, and them 4 people gonna talk to 8 people. See, once you kind of know what your enemy is ready to do to try to hurt you, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm pulling a thin spoon. I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm trying to squash you. And I don't even mean I'm trying to squash you to death. I mean, I'm trying to hurt you to the point where your messaging, even when it comes out of your mouth, falls flat on the ground and it is meaningless.
Yeah.
It means nothing to no one. And it's working. Because I said it before earlier today and I say it again. Your 50%, your 55% is now down to 40. And it is dwindling. Lower and lower and lower every single day. And you better hope I never, ever come across a story like this again, because it just fills me up to squash your messaging to it is meaningless. So anyway, hey Marlon, can I ask you a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Why
question?
not? Mickey, what is your personal question? I'm ready for it. No man thinks he should have to do self-care when there's a woman around. I'm done. The present company accounted for.
I think she's
Oh
talking.
my God. Never mind. It was too raunchy even for me. What God?
What was the question?
Now I'm curious, Mickey. What
I
was the
want
question?
Really?
Mickey,
now.
we finna get off. We're finna go off the air, Mickey. What was the question? What is the question?
And you gotta wait for her to type.
Yeah, well, and we also five seconds behind everybody else. So now, what's the question?
Oh, that's giving me some.
Has anybody actually watched a full episode of Jeopardy?
Lately, not since Alex Trebek died.
Oh, really? I meant period.
I've watched full episodes of Jeopardy because it always trips me out. Like how the smartest person, they'll know the atomic breakdown of some chemical, but won't know that Madonna sang like a virgin. I'm like, really? Like, how you gonna not know that? Even I knew that.
A question I didn't ask black men when I dated. Okay.
But what's the question?
What's the question?
Come on, Mickey.
White men get blue balls. Do black men get
purple balls?
What? What?
Do your balls change color?
Okay, let's.
I think that was your wife laughing. I'm pretty sure that was.
No, my wife been gone. That's Anna.
Oh no, who was that? That was you, Anna?
That was Anna. Okay.
When white men get blue, do black men get purple? Are we talking a dark-skinned black man or a lighter-skinned? Because you know,
are you serious?
We all
First of all, why are you even trying to answer?
I'm just like, well, what type of? There's different types of black men.
No, it's not.
Yes, there are different shades of black men.
Okay, woman, explain me. Trying to explain to me.
Look, there are different shades of black people. There's different shades of black people. That's all I'm saying.
Lady, explain to me what a black
I'm
man's
not lady
balls is
explaining
gonna
to
be.
you
Go
what
ahead,
the term is.
listening.
I'm not explaining to you the term. I'm just saying there's different shades of black people. Does she mean the darker set of black men, or does she mean the lighter set? That's all I want to know.
You're trying to explain to me that the color depends on the color of a man's balls.
I don't know.
I know. We try to explain to you, try to sit there and say, well, the whiter your hair is, the more hard your menstrual cycle gonna be. I can't explain that shit to you. How the hell you gonna try to explain to me the color of a man's skin depends on what his balls gonna be? Come on.
Y'all just make fun of me. That's all y'all do. Be picking on me. I'm just asking her a question for her to clarify, and y'all just saying. Yeah, just stop. I'm agreeing. Hey, Anna, you supposed to be on my side.
I'm trying so hard right now.
If I'm not here for anything else, it's for Marlon and Anna, and probably next week is to make fun of me. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, let's break this down.
No.
Because Mickey the one asked the question, not me.
So let's break this down.
I just wanted her to clarify what she was actually asking so I could understand.
White men balls being blue is not an actual color definition. Blue balls, on some occasions, the balls will come blue, but it's not a here all that's what's going to happen. So answering that question means, do black men get purple balls? No. As a matter of fact, you would never see any change of color when it comes to that.
The more you know.
Yep. And now we know. And no one's had the battle.
We got Mickey on the floor. We got Anna on the floor.
Y'all just laughing at me. It's okay.
OMG, Tracy laughing. I'm just trying to stop her from saying, she's literally trying to explain, what's the color of their skin? What the fuck is you talking about?
I was just saying that black people come in all shapes. That really was my point. Really?
Titties come in all shapes. I still don't know how to wear a bra.
Well, no. Okay.
I was laughing at Mickey, to be honest. That was cool.
People gonna pass this video around. That poor child, she don't know nothing.
Oh, Lord. If nothing else, you have to admit that I often
Yes, you do, Mickey.
We are leaving this show on a lighter note.
Yep, sure it is. And y'all got my questions to ask Mickey's next question to thank. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you, Susan. Susan's got my back. Thank you, Susan, for understanding the question. I was only saying that black people come in different colors. That's all I was saying. Literally.
Okay, so let me help you out. You seen a white dude's balls actually blue?
Have I? Or has Mickey?
That's what Susan is saying. Yes, it is, Marlon. I've seen it. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, this show can go till 11. I got to go to work tomorrow.
The hell it is going to 11 because I'm trying to get in bed by 12 o'clock. I got to...
12 o'clock?
Yep. I'm
11? I'm trying to get to bed by 11.
Nope. I'm trying to train myself for my vacation. I might as well tell y'all I'm going on vacation soon. And I'm trying to train myself to not be sleeping late at night and getting up late the next day and all that other stuff. I'm trying to train myself. So I'm going to sleep at the earliest I can to...
I'm going to sleep at 11. And it's 10:36 now. Thank you.
Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
Tracy Media LLC, but you won't find me the month of August because I'm taking a break.
Okay.
I'm taking a break for the whole month of August.
As an older brother, that's bull crap. It ain't happening. Tracy couldn't last a week. let alone a whole month.
I'm gonna last a month.
Anybody want to bet me?
You're gonna lose.
Bet me $1. You taking the whole month
I
of
don't.
August off. Bet
I, of course.
$1. You have my
Cash app? That's the word you're looking.
You have my cash app. Bet me $1.
I'm taking the month of August off.
Then bet me.
I'm taking the month of
You
August
have
off.
not bet me.
Does that mean you won't do weekend shows either?
I'll be here. I'll be here, but I won't be doing my own show.
Your own show.
Okay.
No. I'll just be on Saturday Night Lives and Radical Truth the Power. And if Theus ever decides to do a show, then I'll be on there. But no. And Anna's going to do great Thursday. Just wanted to throw that in there.
She's going to do wonderful. Yeah. Anna, tell everybody where they can find you, including next week.
BrilliantEtc.com. Also for a YouTube channel. It's all the same. And on Thursday, I'm basically going to have to start off the show like this. Like, welcome to Thursdays with Tracy. And obviously, I am not Tracy. That's the best I can think of.
Oh, yeah, Susan, you are kinky. I've never seen any change color. I just had to bust some chops.
I've seen some CBG in my time, but, I've never seen...
You scare me, Tracy. What am I scaring me for? Because I'm just taking August off. I need it.
There's different skin colors. So is it purple? Is it dark purple? Is it?
I just said that black people
purple?
come in all different shades. That's all I said. That's literally all I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, you have discovered that somebody ever, and it had to be on my show, that somebody's woman-splaining what the color of balls is.
Nope. I was saying simply black people come in all shades. That's all I was saying.
I'm taking all race, creed, and color out of this.
Nope.
A woman is trying to explain to you the color of men balls. You have it on video. This will last forever.
Go back and hear that I say black people come in all
This is going to last
shades.
forever. A woman is explaining the color of men balls.
And the proper term is testicles. Use the proper term.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Use the proper
term.
What? Even though we're saying blue balls, but you want to use the proper.
Just saying. I'm taking a month off, Susan. Yes, I need it.
Tracy, all
but then your show is going to be transforming.
That's right, because I'm ready for the transformation. I'm getting ready for the transformation.
Right.
Which I can't talk about.
Of work.
Yep, it sure is. Why Marlon's still over there laughing at me, but that's okay.
It's not like you're taking off and you're not working.
Black people come in all different shades. Some of us are lighter skinned black people. Some of us are darker skinned. And then there's some black people that are fair skinned. They look like Anna. Yeah, I know I'm right.
Try to explain.
I'm not trying to woman-splain anything.
Try to woman-splain balls.
I just simply said black people come in all shades.
The color
I think Lady Splain sounded the best. Lady Splain.
Lady Splain balls. She's trying to Lady Splain balls. That's what Tracy is doing. Lady Splain balls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. Please do not forget to hit that like button on the way out the door. I would truly appreciate it. If this is your type of content, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it.
Where else can you go and truly ask any question?
Ask any questions. And have a woman try to explain what the color of your balls is. Only on this show are we absolutely able to do this. These are the people that I bring on this show that are able to tell you the color of man balls.
I did not try to woman-explain anything.
So until next time.
Y'all best leave me alone.
Until next time, we will see you.
Sitting out here minding my own business.
Until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.